Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Essentials.tf. Welcome back to Insomnia69. Need I remind you, there's a tournament under the way, and we've got some tired gamers, but they're still going to be playing through the night. We've had a little bit of a hot swap because we've got some tired analysts, so we do welcome in Lucky. Lucky, how are we feeling on the analyst desk?
Feeling fantastic, Turbo. I mean, having me on the analyst desk, big mistake. I come up with stupid ideas and I say stupid things, so...
You're in good company, don't worry. Anyway. Lucky, let me just catch you up. We are in the round 3 of our upper bracket. You could almost say it's the good games of LAN, but it's always a good game of TF2. But I guess it's better to say it's a high caliber game. Metas are being pushed, people are barely pushing. There is very much a high level of TF2 here. So before we get into that, though, we need to talk about these two teams.
Yeah.
It is going to be Witness Gaming versus Froyotech, NA versus EU El Clasico.
It's the El Clasico. I mean, we've got the top of Europe versus the top of NA. It's what happens in the upper bracket final. I think it's what we all wanted. So we're doing SVIFT versus Xypher, aren't we? Is that the game that's happening, or is it in the upper bracket? We're doing SVIFT versus Xypher. Never mind, we're not talking about those people. We're talking about SVIFT versus Xypher. This is why they didn't put us in analysis together, because we say the wrong things.
Oh yeah, so it was. Yeah, SVIFT and Xypher coming right
Incapable of reading. Anyway, SVIFT and Xypher coming from the open bracket, and SVIFT going to be dropping into the lower bracket after their game against Froyo.
Yeah, my entire intro was based on the skill level of these things. Now we're playing some modest TF2. There's always good thing as such as modest TF2. So, okay. What are you going to see in these sorts of games, Lucky, compared to your average high caliber TF2?
So we just watched Witness versus TF2 Easy. We saw a lot of high-level European action. And now we're heading into this game where we've got essentially 2 mixed teams playing against each other, or 1 mixed team and a Div 1 team. Where Xypher have come from the open, good Div 1 team, could be seen in Prem next season potentially if they do pretty well. And then we have like some bus crew mixed with a bunch of people who are just coming back for land. So that would be that's SVIFT for you, basically. They've got Martin, they've got Poison, they've got some big names on that roster. Picking up Shappy as well. I mean, it was looking pretty good for them. Actually, the games that they had in the invite stage, you know, the predictions weren't there. They were going to get a little bit trounced no matter what happened. They were the only non-established team, I think, in invite.
And believe it or not, the trounced team here is the one that is actually coming in as the alpha dog. But is there anything to be said about coming in as the underdog in TF2, maybe in a LAN setting? Is it possible?
I think absolutely. There's always a possibility. I mean, if they go away and they do the homework like Cadus does with Witness, and you get like those demo reviews in, and you just kind of look through what they're doing. I mean, they definitely have a chance. I mean, no one's preparing for them, right? Everyone's preparing for everyone else. I mean, Froyo and Witness are just preparing for each other the whole time. So you've got this dynamic where SVIFT not being looked at, and if you're not looking at them, then they could be an underdog.
All right, let's get a bit more into just touch upon the rosters themselves. Obviously, we know a bit about SVIFT, but who's on this Xypher squad? Is there anybody that you kind of like highlight or like to keep an eye out for?
Yeah, so I believe we've got DigiB, Acicle, Ascend, Koyo was on the roster. I don't know if he's still being replaced with Mac or not, since he got subbed out last time due to some issues. And yeah, but those are the names that I would call on the roster. But then you've got Lil Cute and Nintails. Now, Lil Cute and Nintails, those 2 scouts are insanely destructive.
Woo! Woo!
Wow,
they are very, very impressive. It is the one that's turning heads at LAN. I even see Kada with a twinkle of like, those sorts of things like, how I could nurture that skill. But
he's going to probably pick him up in a future roster potential. But we do have map picks and bans here, Turbo.
Excellent. Right.
What can you actually glean from this, do you think?
I'll level with you. I don't know these players and their habits, their map picking sort of rituals, or what they care for so much. So I'd like to just break into the map themselves. So when I see a band of Gullywash on SVIFT, believe it or not, I think they feel a bit kind of threatened by those soldiers maybe on the other team, or maybe their soldiers not feeling too hot, just not feeling so great at this LAN event. And yeah, what do you think of this product ban coming out from Xypher?
Yeah, Xypher, the reason that they banned product is I think because they think that the death matching talent on SVIFT is quite high, which they wouldn't be wrong. Samsky is excellent on product. And also Shappy would destroy them. So, because that guy's actually pretty good. And also Poison landing all those insane rockets. He's the only soldier on product that I think has been the most consistent throughout the tournament. He seems to always be pretty good. So, yeah, banning that one out is pretty wise from Xypher. But we're going to see actually Metalworks, which has been a map that has been perma-banned in the invite. So, seeing this map for once, actually on the main stage, as it were. So, pretty excited to see that. And Sunshine, I guess SVIFT feel like they're going to be more coordinated, because we talk about Sunshine as a map where you need to be coordinated between the teams. So, yeah, that's coming out, and then I don't know why they banned Granular Process. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I like the Metalworks. It's kind of like an outlier pick. Not many people have been playing it. Not many people are going to feel kind of comfortable on that map. So it's better usually when you're the underdog team is just to put everybody in their discomfort zone, and hopefully you just manage and connect a bit better. Sunshine, though, from SVIFT, I'm not really too surprised. This map is turning into more popular by the day, and it's turning into almost like that sort of map staple. So,
yeah, Sunshine has been one of those things. And of course, we've just got Granary and then Process. I mean, the Xypher Soldiers, I would fear them. DGB is pretty good, so Snake Water is just the last one on the list, Turbo. So we do have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to throw it across to our caster pairing, which is Beta and Wan. Good luck, boys.
jeg skal dig.
Jeg elsker også dig, Turbo Taps. I am, of course, Wandom. Got the Danish action hero. Joining me, Beta here as well, as we slowly wait for Xypher and SVIFT to add up to servers.
Yeah. This should be pretty interesting, right? Because this is one of the best teams from the open bracket going up against the team that's really been kicked around and bullied all land. So, like, how mad do you think SVIFT are at this point? Do they have like a bunch of aggression that they need to get out of their system to speed up on these poor guys on Xypher?
Yeah.
Or do you think Xypher is like actually has a chance?
I think it depends, right? Because Xypher are not running their full roster, the roster that they wanted to start out with here. Obviously, Koyo ran into some issues, may or may not be alcohol related, but is what it is.
Yeah.
They've got Mac playing for him instead. I think I'm going to have to say it probably is a bit of a downgrade. Koyo is quite good at Soldier. I think it still should be fine. Can they put up a fight, though? I think it's a great question. Honestly, this is either a 5-0 roll or from SVIFT, or this is going to be a really close game. I'm leaning towards the 5-0 roll, just because SVIFT has had a little bit longer to sort of play together.
Yeah, I feel like the DM level is just like so noticeably higher that they're going to be able to get away with so much. But I will say, like, I really love the Metalworks pick, because I feel like if there's any map in this game that really lends itself towards just being able to like slow things down, cut people off when they have any kind of momentum, it's probably Metalworks. So in a lot of ways, in many situations, you can probably get away with just like saying, no, we're going to just stop now.
Yeah.
So, and very often what's going to happen when you have a team that's very heavily favored is that they're going to be a bit too confident, a little bit overly aggressive. They're going to overextend, and then you can pick them off. I talked to them a little bit. My advice to them was just put random people in corners all the time and just like have other people bait for them, right? Because, you know, Samsky, he's just going to like chat into them. And then, you know, at some point, some guy's just going to like shoot a rocket in his back and he's going to die. So that would be my advice to them. I don't think it's going to be enough for them to win, but you know, I don't know. Lucky seemed pretty confident that they were going to be able to do well.
I mean, we could see some very interesting rounds, especially if you go for that corner hiding strategy. Metalworks is a map with a lot of corners.
Yeah.
There are so many tiny little nooks and crannies that if you are a roamer, you can just sit and hide like anywhere, basically. It can be super, super annoying to try and check flanks when you're pushing out, making sure that there's no one in behind you. A lot of the times you just kind of have to give up and be like, okay, we're just not going to check this because we just hope there's no one there. Leans towards the EU gimmicks quite a lot. Do we see them out of these teams, though?
Do what?
Do we see the EU gimmicks come out in force here as well, or is that a thing that we're reserving for later on?
Dude, I don't quite know. I mean, I see Danny on the jetpack, so I'm already hyped.
Oh, yeah.
That might just be a pregame thing. I have a feeling it's a pregame thing. But, you know, maybe just the fact that he's in the mindset to do it is already kind of getting me giddy. But I don't think Xypher tends to do, like, really crazy stuff. No. And they didn't seem like they had discussed things very deeply when I talked to them. They didn't like brainstorm some giga brain scheme to just completely roll a team, because you could absolutely just sit down and spend hours upon hours You just like really fine-tune something so devilishly cheesy that might get you around.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're coming into a game like this and you're trying to play against against a team like Xypher, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the players, right? We sort of ran through the rosters already, but these are players that, I mean, they are probably around the Div 1 level. I think totaling up this roster would probably be a Div 1 team.
Yeah.
Swift as well, but they've just had a little bit extra time together, and that just means so much when you're playing at a LAN like this, when you have some set strategies, something to work off of. It worries me.
Yeah, and they have like some really outlier talent. I feel like Poison on LAN.
Yeah.
Like his rock is like half the time I'm watching some scout, and then he just like jumps overhead
Yeah.
of Poison, and then he's just dead because Poison just like 180s and shoots up
Yep.
and kills it. And that's just a thing that's going to happen, especially on LAN, but also just in general with players of Poison's.
And I
level.
think that's probably the biggest difference that we're going to see between these two teams coming into this tournament. It's probably the Soldier diff right now, especially with Koyo out of the picture. I think you look across at the Swift Soldier duo in Danny and Poison, and I think you have to classify them as a step above, specifically probably Poison as well. He might just run a trade on these guys. Metalworks is a map that is quite good for Soldier if you know how to play it properly.
Yeah,
Could just be running a trade on us.
Yeah, we are live, but absolutely. You're going to see a lot of Soldier high bombs in this map. I guarantee you that. And already see Shabby beefing his roll up pretty heavily. He's so slow. I don't know. This is a map where demo roller isn't that important.
Yeah, already. We're just running into mid right now. Acelay as well on the other side. Just taking a little bit of spam, but now Danny, he's bombing in really far forward, but him and Sneaker just dead. Bombing in very aggressively, and now the rest of Swift, they're just in their own house. They have no positional mid. Forced to back out here. Mac, already in alley.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. Yeah, he's just going to do a big jump in, shoot some very early rocket. That tells me he doesn't really plan to go in there. He's just buying time and scouting things out. Second Soldier comes in, does basically the same thing, but every time they jump, they get more and more space, and I don't know, they're going to faceplant the scout with a rocket and then decide that it's not quite worth it. And just as I say that, another bomb. Just another and another and another, and Martin goes down to about 30 health. Oh, he's
used
to roller spam, basically.
Yeah, he pops that Uber. That's really, really nice here for Xypher. Gives them a big advantage coming into second here. But second on Metalwork specifically, it can be very, very easy for the defending team to force out the Uber. Probably going to see now Xypher. They're rotating out towards Valley here. Alley, they're now coming into as well. With this 100% Uber, they're going to look to try and push in here, but they're doing it slowly. You can see checking for traps, checking for bombers, waiting it out, making sure that no one is there to force ascend. He still has an advantage, but it's going away slower and slower, right? Martin sitting about 70% in lobby now. Xypher, they're going to have to start going faster. They're going to have to go now because Martin, 85% Uber popped out now on Acelay, but there is a sentry gun to be taken care of. It's shot down barely just in time. Poison take it down now, but Martin has the counter pop. DGB is in behind, but Ascend is just taken down here. The collapse is in from Swift, and they found so much damage. 3 now alive for Xypher here. It's actually just 2. Lil Q is on last. He's on the cap, actually. No one's there. Samsky just barely manages to get him in time. But there we go. It's the complete wipe here for Swift.
Yeah, disastrous push coming out here. Like, they went in so deep. They did pretty well, but then the counter were just absolutely demolished everything. And now they're going to be in the situation where they really want to get onto mid. Mag is really far forward, trying to get chased down by a scout who's just limping out, and he's going to be fine, it looks like. But everyone else just going so far forward. You can really see, like Lambo, he doesn't want to get in there. DGB, he's thinking about it, but he just wants to sit back and spam. Like, there's a single, Ninjas is invisible, I swear to God. He just snuck his way in there. Soldier jumps in.
Wait,
actually
Ascend?
takes down Lambo. Yeah, Danny with the huge bomb.
Ooh, nice little rocket out of Poison as well onto Acelay. Takes down the Demo Man. It's really nice now for Swift. Medic down for Ascend means that it's so easy now for Swift, but the Uber is forced out. But they're just getting so many kills for this. You totally trade an Uber for 4 kills, especially when one of them's onto the enemy medic as well. Even Ubers now, but Nintails.
This man lives behind enemy. There's 2 scout trying to get to him.
He's gonna get this, maybe. They just have to block this in time, but he's doing so much damage to both of them. They're so low. He has the pistol out, tries to get down Samsky. Sneaky's already taken down, and Samsky goes down to Nintel's behind. Massive flank. Shappy's dead as well. Swift are crumbling.
That was a really crucial play there. He delayed them so much. You know, he didn't get the back cap, but he basically did something that was just as good by just occupying those two scouts. Almost winning the 2v1, by the way. That's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy enough. There's this tiny ad here for Lambo, but I don't think it's going to be like the ad that's any important. It's more just the man advantage and having more heals coming in. And then basically they're going to go in here. They're going for the air shots. I love this. Oh, Poison is just not enough there, and the Acicle's going to go down. So this pop from Lambo is not really going to do much. Yeah, just the Shappy sticky just to wish him good luck and have a good time in this queue. Nintel sees the medic, decides not to go for him, but the soldier comes in. Dude, that was such a good distraction from Nintel.
It was.
I don't think he meant to really do that, but it worked out perfectly for them. So even though they lose second point, that is a good enough result for them here. Martin is dead, and so is Lambo. They're going to spawn at exactly the same time. No Kritzkrieg though, but it was a bad situation before that exchange.
Yeah, it was just, but it was such a round-saving play, right? Mac coming in off of that distraction there. Whether or not it was coordinated, it's certainly good enough for the moment, right? Taking out that Uber from Martin pretty much saves them around. Had they gotten that Uber, pretty much a free last push. So now Nintails has time setting up the gun. DGB on Spy as well, just kind of checking 4 different off classes in spawn, of course.
Yeah, you got to do that. Good diligence to just do that. I don't see, okay, never mind. I do see a sentry gun. It's being kind of spammed down. There was no engineering riot, but I don't think Poison realized just how exposed the sentry gun was at that moment. But opportunity lost. So now they're going to have to figure out how to get onto the enemy. The good news right now for Swift is that the sentry gun really doesn't cover the medic very well. You know, they're going to try and actually spam down the sentry gun, but DGB just puts its body in front of it, and they're going to have to go back and try something else. But again, it's we don't have a whole lot watching left side. It's only Mac, and he can definitely be overwhelmed, and that looks like what they're going to try to do now.
Yeah, they're just going to try to set up here. Honestly, I think they're trying to do a little bit of a European special where you just kind of run down the clock. Once again, I mean, there's just not really much of a reason for Xypher to ever want to push here, right? You just set this up, run it down for 3.5 minutes. Headshot to Poison, though, out of Lil Cute on the sniper. Good start there. Gonna have to see if he does anything further here. One soldier pick means that Swift is just gonna run right back to second here, set up on point instead. And it's a lot harder for Lil Cute to try and sort of peek in on to second here. You can play around the sniper with sightline a lot. See him in lobby, trying to peek forward here. There's a demo man, not quite with the rest of his team, but no one's there to capitalize. Mac, in the meantime, taken down by Samsky, and that just prompts the rest of Xypher. They have to push back now. Danny, decent spam damage. And the soldier on the battalions here, Poison, but he's just instantly shot down to 4 HP. Right back out there with him.
Yeah, and he got 0% damage.
Nope.
Building done there. I actually think on this second point here, or in the lobby when holding last, it's actually better to pick off a soldier than a scout. You know, because this is such a good spam area. This whole lobby is just so deadly for soldiers because they can just spam the walls at all times. So if you want to snipe someone that's obviously not the demo man or the medic, a soldier is actually a really good choice just because, okay, this time around, Poison, you know, he goes down to 4 HP again, but this time around he will not live to tell the tale. Once again, Lil Cute's going to try and go forward, see if he can get any kind of peek in here. He sees a scout, not quite able to get onto here. He just wants to get to a point where he doesn't have to go through and open a shutter door, and there's just going to be stickies at him, right?
I mean, you can see him already try to deal with the demo man, right? It's so hard for him to do it, but the force comes out here. The kill into DGB prompts Swift to just try and push this. Mac dead as well. It means it's 2 down here for Xypher, but Swift are not in quite yet. They're taking it a little bit slower. They still have to deal with this level 3 up by Nintails, finally taken down, and now their soldier bombs are finally going to come in. Scout onto the point as well. It's going to be denied. Lil Cute just taken down by the soldiers. Acely trying to make magic happen with the demo man. He's not going to do it. Poison finds a lot of frags as well. And that's a solid first round here for Swift. Took a little while, honestly.
Yeah. They had that really bad first mid. I feel like it was almost just Xypher there letting them into last for free that really opened it up. They just spammed that sentry down, no problem. If that sentry gun is there and being well protected and it's hard to get in and spam it right, I feel like that's a very different push. And just the fact that they retreated kind of showed that they probably lack a bit of experience there and doesn't quite know how to play it right here, but You have another mid
Oh, Acelay just caught out immediately there by Shappy. No Demo Man now for Xypher means that this mid is just completely in the bin. Danny's actually already behind in house here. He doesn't quite know where people are leaving from, so he's bombing alley, but instead they just went underpass. So Ascend has gotten out to safety, at least so far. But you can see Swift, they're still being aggressive. Second bomb comes in out of Poison. DigiB now caught as well. Taken down, no Soldier. Bomb come in once again. And Danny and Poison just bully out Xypher here. They're back on their own losses already here. Ascend has 100%, not the end of the world, but one Soldier down means that Swift might try to do something here.
Yeah, first Soldier's kind of through, that's Poison. And now both Soldiers are in. They're on the net. This is going to be a pop for sure. Yeah. Like, no one was there to contest them jumping in. That was so clean. Lambo had no choice there but other than to pop. There's a scout running low, a little cute. I don't know if they've spotted him. I don't think they have, actually. He's going to come in behind the medic. Okay, now he's been spotted. Demo Man, too nice pipe. All right, he has to give his life up there, but...
That's 2 frags for Swift here. Maybe they can want to try and push a little bit. No, Shappy's dead. Never mind. No Demo Man means that you're never going anywhere.
Yeah. Like, he gave his life to protect his medic there, so it was definitely worth it, but very unfortunate to lose him either way. Nice try by Lucio. He got in so deep. Like, he ramped the entire enemy team, and they had no idea. Just good job there by Shabby to show that he has good awareness. So let's see if they're just going to do another push in through main here. I think that's what they did before. No, they're actually going to go to this left side. Demo Man can't quite jump. They're going to launch the Soldier into the skybox. And
Ascend! No, he just goes down here. Shappy managed to do 150 damage in about 2 seconds. And that just means it's a complete wipe here on Xypher. Swift respond with another round on the board there. Heads up play from Shappy dealing so much damage. That push did not start out well. The sticky bombs are sticky bombs.
Yeah, if you retreat from a Demo Man, just expect to get destroyed. And that's exactly what happened there. That was just, an absolute nuke. Shappy has really been playing well so far in this game, I feel like. So, yeah, good job by him. I think Danny tried to do a cool speed jump, but instead he's just very weak.
Yeah, unfortunate, but you can see here, Xypher, they're playing towards Valley, but they're taking a lot of damage. Finally, some height is being created by Mac, trying to bomb around, but Acelay taken down now. No Demo Man for the blue side here. DigiB is just dead as well, but now Martin, Danny, Shappy, they're all going down here. Slowly and surely, Xypher are reclaiming this point. It's just Poison left, and he's not even gonna try. Back on his own second, picking up some health packs. Maybe it's a little bomb up? No, instead now Samsky up on the sniper, gonna have to try and respond because Ascend has 100% Uber here.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight on Sneaky's shoulder right now. Samsky's just gonna go on the engineer. They're gonna do their best to try and slow this down, but they survived this mid fight with basically the optimal setup. The 2 scouts and the medic. That's what you want to have survive, because then you can just really quickly get to second from mid, and then you can just move in on to last with this full Uber. They're going to go through right side again. This time around, the Demo Man gets in way faster. He's locking down his spawn. The Heavy's trying his best to shoot people away from the point. He's actually, wow, Shappy's doing so much work. Somehow this Heavy is untouched. Untouched Heavy on this last push.
Somehow they just don't manage to focus down the Heavy in time, so the Heavy just gets to run amok. If you don't kill a Heavy instantly when you're trying to push in, he's 450 HP, does a lot of damage when you're close to him, denies bombers as well.
Yeah, and he's such a damage punch as well, and he's so fat and easy to hit, so that seems like a big oversight for me. But instead, we're going to see this big push coming in here now. So they're actually just going to Uber through, and they might be able to catch the medic. There's no scout here to follow out. No, they're going to focus down the Demo Man instead. So Lampo will get out of here alive, but you definitely see that his positioning was a bit too far forward. And this time around, he doesn't quite get punished for it. His Demo Man did get picked off, though, and they're just going to keep rolling here, I think.
They are just rolling off these 2 picks here. Acelay down. No Demo Man means that Xypher can't really hold much of second. They just don't have the damage output. They lack the sticky bombs, the pipes to really try and spam out here on second point. Instead now, Swift are just going to take this, build up the Uber charges. There's a little bit of ad here for Ascend. But that's just sat up on last, but they don't have an engineer, crucially. They're planning on pushing out there. They're trying to push with this advantage. Acelay already clearing traps in lobby, looking to burst forward here onto Martin. He's sitting at about 80% now. They're going to have to start going soon. If they wait too long, it's just going to go down. Instead, DigiB bombing in, doesn't quite hit the air shot. It's a kill onto Mac, and now Shappy Getting that frag means that this trade on second is just not what you want. Nintel is dead as well. 2 kills for Swift. Make it even a third potentially here. Danny does go down. So does Sneaky. There's a lot of hurt blue members, but they're just not going down. Finally, Acelink taken down. Ascend running back. DGB only 8 HP. Stamsky finds that frag as well. So now 2 down, no demo man means that Swift, they're going to try to bust. They have to go so fast.
Yeah, and like the respawn is about to come in here, and the demo man is crucially going to come up. And I think as soon as they see that, they might just decide to retreat. Poison didn't see that in time, but everyone else just kind of left him for dead. That might have just been a sack to try and get onto the medic. I'm not quite sure. They do have time to do that. I think Poison is going to be back by the time that they push in here. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it's not the end of the world. Either way, it was a very good hold on second here coming out from Swift. Like the amount of work Poison did to just force them to be delayed on the point there, like that bought so much time, and that's really what made the whole Uber exchange possibility worth it. But yeah, they did have the Uber, decide not to really go on it. Instead, they're just going to try to send it to soldiers, I suppose. They need to force out the Uber if he wants to do anything. Sentry gun is underneath the point here. This is like a sneaky sentry gun. It's not going to block any soldiers doing anything from getting close to the medic. But, you know, if a scout tried to run under.
It will protect the point, though. I think that's kind of more crucially right, is you're using the sentry gun to try and stop scouts from running in on the point. You see Sneaky's just sitting around. ZGB trying to go for something. Unfortunately, Poison manages to take him down. It's 1 kill now, but there's a lot of damage onto him back as well. And now you can see Swifter trying to respond to this damage. Decent frags coming out. I mean, honestly, Acelink's kind of caught here. Sentry gun taken down by Danny, but he's pretty low. He's going to have to back out. No further aggression incoming. ZGB's back up alive. But Swift still, I mean, they're 2-0 up, 15 minutes left. 2.5 on the round timer. They don't have to push if they don't want to.
Oh, they don't care about any of that one. They are going
these guys.
They want to play this game. Oh, the air shot.
Oh, the force.
Yeah, the force is nice. Great job of them. So far, they have just been, I think it's a 100% success rate on the double soldier bomb. They have been so efficient every single time. DGB is going to try and go in there and actually get the counterattack, but it gets shut down very, very quickly. So now, see Swift moving forward. They're not even going to wait for the spawners, it looks like, before actually taking space here in lobby. They do have the demo man and 2 scouts, sort of the 2 most crucial pieces of any push, but okay, they're not that aggressive. That's kind of good thing to see. They're actually going to wait just for everyone to get in here. They have a lot of time. You see the blue medic is only on 60% right now, so plenty of time to work with. Got to give everyone a good buff, and then they're going to go. They're going to go from the opposite side of what they normally do.
Yeah, the Uber's coming in here. The Sniper is just immediately taken off. Instead, the Heavy is going to come out after this Uber here. Still around the corner, finally going to come in. The Soldier Bomb does a lot of work. The cap time is absolutely massive, but finally the recommit for Xypher onto the point takes down 3 Swift members. Shappy does a lot of damage here, but unfortunately there's just no front line left. Danny and Poison went down in the initial aggression. Sneaky as well. So the kill out to Nintails will only halt the aggression a little bit. Xypher still trying to push out here. Minute on the round timer as they're going to try to get this round cap. Honestly, for Swift, you let them cap this. You'd rather just keep pushing
Poison's
this last.
in.
DGB.
Oh, what a shot by DGB. Destroys Poison.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take the wind out of your sails. That was a wall shot.
Was that a wall shot?
I'm pretty sure that was a wall shot.
I was so sure that was a direct.
There was no explosion thing on my end. Minus 54 at that range. Nah, it's a wall shot. Good regardless though. Nice shot. Very close for DGB. Instead, now Xypher. They're on to middle, but Shappy 2 pipes Lil Q, and that means that the aggression out of Xypher are gonna go right away. Even Uber's here. So Swift getting towards Ali. Bomb in onto Danny here. So single soldier aggression back. Barely escapes with his life here, but the bomb, counter bomb comes in out of Poison. Gonna S-strafe away.
It's just bomb upon bomb. Oh my god, that soldier got denied so hard. DGB.
Now Danny, he's in onto Martin. He's in onto the medic. Ascend! Drops down because the double soldier bomb is huge for Swift. But again, they sack 2 soldiers, which means the push is not immediate here. Instead, it gives Xypher time to set up. Swift are going to wait for their soldier players. They can just take their time. But your Xypher here, you're going to want to try and get force in second. They're not committing to it at all. They're just giving it up, leaving back on second defend for himself.
Yeah, 1 soldier around the corner. Okay, he decided, nah, that's not going to work. Yeah, but how many times have we now seen where 2 soldiers are dead on the side of Swift and then we just have everyone else alive, and the enemy medic has either popped or is dead. That's just been a constant factor in this game.
But I think it is honestly a little bit of a mistake. Nice little shot from Ninetales there. But
God.
honestly, I feel like they should have tried to hold second just a little bit. Tried to get that force out in second, because you know right now they will push off of this one, even though they're one down here. They still have the Uber at Ascend, only 50%. Sniper up as well means that the Uber's just going to come straight in onto Shappy. He's going to bomb across. Sentry gun taken down now. Uber still onto the point. It's just one scout. Samsky standing on it. Finally, the recollapse comes in from Xypher. The damage is not quite being dealt. The cap time is still in so high, but the Poot is just in time. Back onto the point. Now 3 dead. Shabib not here.
No, not going to be able to do anything about this push out at all. That was a really good hold. I kind of feel like everyone just delta split it. And somehow they did find like a really good balance between contesting the point and not all diving it, because that's usually how you lose these last pushes, where you just all jump on it and then a soldier or a demo man just shred your entire team. So you're going to see another push coming in here. Not quite as successful as you would want.
No.
Both soldiers down. This counter bomb coming in here. Ninetales going to just barely survive, but we all know what's going to happen here. 2 soldiers about to come screaming through this choke on them.
And 2 soldiers are about to just come straight through here. Even Ubers, you take this every day of the week. The soldiers are bombing in. They're just getting space here. They don't even have to kill players necessarily, but they're going to do it anyways. Kill onto Ninetales. Force coming out here. Now, they at least keep Danny alive. Still 1 soldier to go. They're in onto second already. There's no contest from Xypher here. They push off this. Poison dead. It doesn't matter. Swift. They're going to capture this point. Ninetales is going to be up in time for last here, but they don't. I mean, they're getting the engineer up. Swift should just push this. He's only going to have a level 1, if even that, because the Uber's just coming straight in onto Samsky. Sentry gun taken down. Engineer taken down. Lil Q is dead. Ascend is quite low. He's not on the point. No one is anywhere. Honestly, Xypher is spread all around. Ascend is like 2 HP. Somehow still alive here. Danny as well, dealing a lot of damage, but his team, they haven't found frags. They're far back now, and I think Xypher, they might be able to hold this. Poison has found Ascend. The damage is coming in the late commit. DigiB keeps it alive for his team. Shappy, only man alive, but Poison with that late kill onto Ascend. Oh, Ninetales!
Yeah, he's getting onto Demo Man, but not quite able to get him there. Sneaky's going to come in and save him. Bit of a B-fire on the scout. He got a really nice drop on him there, but once again, I'm pretty sure we're still on a 100% success rate with the double soldier bomb. They just knew they were in a bad spot. Send in 2 soldiers. Why not? That's fine. And now again, we see Martin with a, I don't know, I don't want to say a big Uber ad, but it's like a 30 to 20% advantage. You could definitely push on that. And we've seen Swift so far that they like to push on these small advantages, and they don't like to sit back and send in soldiers if they can avoid it. They actually like to push with the team, but they're not really that close. Okay, I think they're just going to go in here one.
Yeah, they are just going to push right in once again. Ascend doesn't quite have his 95%, but you have to take down the sentry gun first, which means now Ascend has managed to get his Uber. There's no real further kills for Swift coming out either. This Uber charge is going to do a lot of work here. DigiB Poison. Now Mac going down as well. 2 soldiers dead, 4 Xypher, but I think it should be enough. Sneaky taken down as well. It means that Swift are back on second. These last pushes are just not quite working.
No, it's like the focus fire isn't strong enough or something. It just seems like there's a bunch of 4 different fights happening all at once, and the overall result of that is that the teams end out somewhat evenly in the fight, and then they just have to retreat because defending last is easier than pushing last. And we've just seen this over and over again. But they might just decide to dot push here. You know, they popped a little bit earlier before, and now they're going to come in here again. Demo Man too far forward. I don't think they were expecting it.
The cap points as well. There's no one contesting it. Swift just get a free round there because unfortunately losing their Demo Man means there's just no point contest. They're so far back.
Yeah, I really think that dot push caught them by surprise. They didn't seem to expect it at all. And usually when you pop at the same time, you're kind of in the mindset of, okay, Ubers are even. We exchange Uber, it's fine. But usually the team that popped in first is going to have like that small advantage. And, you know, maybe there's like a few other factors coming in here to the fact that they had even Uber. So Demo Man not really gonna do much to each other. Poison's gonna jump in there, gets a
Dead
single.
immediately here. No Demo Man at the start of this mid makes it so hard for Xypher. They just won't have the same damage output. You can see SVIFT are just playing it back. They have one soldier behind as well, and they'll just let Shappy shoot stickies across on the point. DigiB now dangerously low, which means Poison is going to commit onto the scout. Deals decent damage to him. He's still alive somehow. Ninetales, Samsky finally cleans him up, but it's 2 down still. Now Mac has gone down as well. Acelay may be up, but he's just not with his team yet. Instead, Samsky and Loa finds a little Q with the help of Poison, and that is another mid victory here for SVIFT. They have the Uber already. Ascend doesn't quite have. They're pushing into the second here. They're 3 dead. It's just going to get trade.
Yeah, that was a really good mid. The double sorted bomb is in. They're going to split up. Oh my god, that just landed on the head. Actually gets air pipe there by Acicle. And the second sorter will clean up the job, though DigiB is going to go down as well. This pressure is just so strong when they get in here. Mac is very far forward. I don't think he can stay in here at all. He might just be in a situation where he can't escape. I think he just needs to jump out.
I'm surprised that this trade doesn't come out a little bit earlier. It does finally come out of Ascend here, but the Uber's just so much better for SVIFT, and Shappy just hits so much damage there. Takes down Ninetales, almost takes down Lil Q as well. That's 1 kill here for SVIFT, and it looks like they're just gonna run it straight through main. Decent damage onto the Burst Soldier. Second one, DigiB trying to bomb in, but Poison takes him down. He's quite low himself, but now it's 2 kills for SVIFT as well. Ninetales spawns not on an off class here. Instead, looks like SVIFT, they're going to try to slow it down a little bit, not willing to push off of the single player advantage.
I'm a little surprised they didn't push in on that, to be honest. But sometimes you just gotta acknowledge the fact that maybe you're not in position. So Ubers are even here. They could absolutely try to go for another Doppels if they really wanted to, just to be weird. But I think we're going to see some sort of play coming out here. Again, these double soldier bombs have just been good old faithful. And like the Sentry Gun, it hasn't been in a position to do a whole lot, right? Like, the way they've been placing the Sentry Gun hasn't been good for denying bombs. They're only going to go down this time, though. Just the really forward hold is going to actually just stop the bomb before it happens. Maybe that's the ticket to actually get some success in this game. I like that quite a bit here, coming out of...
Xypher have to start pushing, though. Look at the round time on the top, 4.5 minutes for 3 rounds. They're going to have to start going very, very quickly here, right? They can't be sitting on last. SVIFT just run down the clock. They end up just winning the game, or the map, rather, I should say. Instead, now DigiB, he's on the banner trying to build it up. Honestly, I feel like he's just a little bit too slow. You don't have time for the banner. He's just going to get taken down by Samsky instead. And now, 4 minutes on the clock. Mac on the low ground. Gets 1 kill into Sneaky. But he's not going to get a second one. Shut down by Samsky. Just killing soldiers, man. Living the dream.
Yeah, he was out there having his best life, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, not quite enough, as Ubers are still not equalized, or still hasn't been exchanged at all. So again, as you mentioned, SVIFT, they're just very content to play this like very methodically. They have the double soldier bomb now, trying to take down the Sentry Gun. They almost get it, but not quite. It's pretty interesting to see how DigiB just like tried to stand in the way of the spam to save the Sentry Gun. You know, like soldiers only have so much ammunition to shoot before they have to take a big reload break. They only have 4 rockets to deal with here. Like at some point you just lose damage if you don't use all of them to splash the Sentry Gun.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, like, SVIFT are just going to sit there, right? They're just going to keep waiting for Xypher to try and push in. 3 minutes now on the board. DigiB wants to bump forward. Uber's coming out, but the trade is not that good. They don't have much space. The players are just forced to run back immediately. SVIFT is set up. The counter push is coming out now. Poison in on to Mac, trying to find the frag. They get onto Mac here as well. Now 2 soldiers dead for Xypher. Shappy just in through main, dealing damage to Lil Q as well, but the Sentry Gun has to be taken down here. It's decent damage, shot down now as well, but so is Shappy. No Demo Man for SVIFT, but the push is continuing anyway because Poison found Lil Q. Samsky's onto the point, gets it about half cap, but doesn't complete it instead. DigiB is going to clean him up. Poison dead as well. 3 up for SVIFT, but Danny's just killed Ascend.
Yeah, that's that was a pretty good salvage. He was walking in circles around him for so long. He's desperately trying to find that medic. Eventually he does find him. Mac is pretty far forward. Okay, he just gave himself away there. So it looks like he doesn't really want to jump. He just wants to wait for his team to get out there and help him, but no one's coming here. So back to last with you. No way to get this medic in the form of Martin. And he's going to have this big Uber ad. slowly going to move forward. Lil Cute might try to go for the hero shot to try and see if he can get this to not work. He's going low. Like, people haven't been very good.
Oh! Sneaky needs to press his keyboard. He needs to not take his hand off his keyboard and his mouse when he's playing the game. Otherwise, you will get headshot. Instead, I mean, it's still Lil Cute and Nintel's going down. There's no scouts now. Actually, Xypher just completely caught out here on second. Does just get wrapped by Swift. One soldier in lower gets taken down here. Surely it's another round just to rub injury, salt into the wounds here.
Yeah, that was yeah, good try there. He was about to talk to the four of them, but didn't quite work out. Good try. But yeah, it was like the rappers getting wrapped themselves there. Like everyone from Xypher tried to run behind, but as it was, it just ended up being cleaned up, and that was an easy last push. It wasn't really a last push. It was just getting destroyed on second and then going in there. All right, Danny's on the directive. Let's go, baby.
Yep.
Hit some fat shots for us.
If it is dead time, at least go for the frag video. Beat is obviously looking out for that one. Make sure. Gotta hit some nice shots. He's on the direct hit. Direct hit can be funny. Rolling in onto end. I'm curious to see what he does with this. He's gonna bomb up. Not hit the soldier, 35 HP. He's basically not in the mid. In the meantime, I mean, Samsky's killed Ascend. There's 40 seconds now in the round. I mean, Danny, please, come on. Like, one rocket, man.
Come on, Danny.
Come on, man.
One shot.
One. Come on, you can come on.
It's not very good.
Yeah, that's not the vibe, unfortunately.
No, it's I was gonna say it was a good try, but I don't want to lie to us. All right, big skip jump doesn't work out there from Mac.
Oh no! Don't give Martin another kill. There we go. Martin doubling his KD in a single round.
Does he have any goals positive? No, right? He's died.
Surely not. Surely not. The positive medic gameplay is a rare feat. I don't quite think we saw it, but that's Swift taking Metalworks 3-0. 3-0. But I feel like they were in control for most of this.
Yeah, it wasn't dangerous, right? Oh, it's actually
4-0.
Yeah.
I mean, the last round doesn't count.
Yeah.
Bonus round.
Yeah, it was pretty slow, and there was like a bunch of back and forth, but it was never dangerous for Swift ever. So I kind of feel like we were justified in our it was closer to 5-0 than a close game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can be happy with that prediction at least. But I mean, there's still some glimmers of hope, right? One thing to note was that it was pretty predictable what Swift were doing, right?
Yes.
Like they were bombing in their soldiers, and then maybe even like bombing in with the demo man, and then like running in the scouts. And that was kind of the business and the way of things were going. So you can absolutely talk about that and maybe try to adjust to it. And I think the one thing I would look at was just like medic positioning. Try to have the medic pretty far back, or at least in a way where you can maybe bait them into at least commit, but then it's very easy for you to get out and survive, because it was a real issue with the. I know Poison and Danny are really good soldiers, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you can play around everything.
Yes.
And it's just positioning that's going to do the main work with that.
Yeah. Ascend, just stand better.
Yeah.
Be better.
Just stand the right place all the time.
Don't stand where you're standing. Go somewhere else.
Yeah. And when he shoots a rocket there, don't be.
Don't be where the rocket is.
Yeah. And also, I would like to see Xypher maybe be a little less ambitious with their suicide plays. They tried to sneak behind quite often, and it almost never worked out. So it's not something that you can completely
Samsky
eliminate.
Went 27 for 5.
Oh yeah. And Martin went even. That's good as well. Martin went even.
He did. He
3
went
for
3
3.
for 3.
Yeah,
wow, look at that.
That's positive, right?
Yeah.
That one is a positive number.
Ascend did not go even.
No.
We just put that out where 0 for 10. Yeah, this is more of a standard medic log. Mountain getting 3 kills, nice. I mean, 2 of them weren't sort of the bonus round. It's not the end of the world, but
no one saw that. No one's going to remember that.
Samsky
right?
doing Thalash roleplay by doing no damage, but somehow just dying like almost as little as his medic.
Oh yeah, look at that. He's actually like 230 damage per minute. That's not that high.
No.
Like I can do that on a good day, but
I think you go down to who he killed, it's probably like 50-60% soldier frags.
I mean, that's standard fare.
Yeah.
I feel like that says nothing. But absolutely, like I feel like these logs show there was a pretty like dominant game overall, right? Like there's just nothing here to really like set them apart. I mean, Lil Cute played pretty well, but I also think Nintel played better than his log shows. But Yeah, rough game for them. Very much a good Swift game, in control the entire time.
Also, when the game is as slow as it is, where you're just kind of sitting there waiting for an enemy team to push, you're just not going to get the same level or you're not just going to get the bigger numbers on the logs, right? We look at Samsky and say he has 230 DPM, but realistically, he wasn't in the enemy's face all the time. He's not hitting meat shots constantly. He's not going to have 300 DPM.
No. He was just cleaning up, right? Like he was just doing exactly what he needed to do. It was just clean up, and then whenever there's a soldier bombing in, you just chew him up. And he did that to perfection. So can't really ask for any more than that. So what was that?
I think we were told something by production, but I was not listening. So they're gonna have to say.
All right. Okay. We're just
cutting to a break, guys.
We're gonna cut to a little break while they set up. I think they went for like refreshment and stuff. So we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Insomnia69. We're in the lower bracket round 2. We just witnessed map 1 of Swift versus Xypher. Swift taking it pretty, I want to call it decisively.
Yes, that's definitely the word to use there. And we should point out that this is a lose and go home situation, right? So Xypher, if they lose here, they're done with the tournament. So their entire tournament life is on the line. And they have quite the mountain to climb.
Yeah.
Like we just ran into them, the Swift team during the break, and they didn't seem too stressed out. But there's like a small caveat to that statement, right?
There's a little bit of a rumor. Samsky came pretty close to the production area. Apparently needed 5 minutes because he was trying too hard and raging in the game. And Beat and I, before we started playing, we went over to talk to the two teams, and Samsky comes along, and he tells us, quote unquote, that he is untiltable this LAN, which lasted all of half of a map.
Yeah.
Untilted buff.
This is Samsky's last LAN, so therefore he is untiltable.
Yeah.
And if you believe that, you're a fool.
Yeah. Because he had to take a 5-minute break just to calm down, make sure everything's going all right, as you know.
Yeah.
Things weren't going his way, apparently.
Yeah, but I feel like it just reinforced my whole idea that it's probably a bit too chaotic right now.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't help Xypher at all that they're just throwing their lives away and keep going for weird plays.
Yeah.
Just suiciding in over and over again.
I wonder now, because we're going into Sunshine, map number 2 here. And because I feel like, weirdly in my brain, I think that Sunshine and Metalworks are very much similar in the way that the mid sort of rolls into the second, if you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You either have a really short choke point, you can just come across, really easy for the enemy team to spam, or you can take a super long way through Valley and just bomb in some soldiers, I guess.
Yeah, like you can kind of cut people off in a similar manner if you get close enough and they don't realize, or if you're just fast enough. And like that could definitely play to the same thing, but actually it is harder to bomb in soldiers the same way into Sunshine second than it is on Metalwork. You don't have an 800 feet wall like Game of Thrones style.
You can still do it. We've seen Nubby do it a bunch. You've probably seen the Market Garden Eclipse where he bombs through choke and Skid jumps in.
Yeah, but those bombs are different, right?
Yeah, they're harder. And they need more time to set up.
Yeah, the lower, the faster. You don't have as many rockets. And so you can't do the whole abort thing in the same way. Like you can still jump in and do the abort thing, but then you're gonna need to kind of land and reset and do things in. So it's different, and maybe going out on a limb to say they're just a one-trick pony. If they can't jump their soldiers into the skybox, are they even any good, Wandom?
I mean, honestly, it's hard, right? I'm going to be honest. I don't really expect much from this game, but what I am expecting, we were talking about this in the pregame. Poison's been hitting rockets. Where? Where are the Poison air shots? He got air shot himself. Poison even corrected me. I said it was a wall shot. Nope. DigiB got a nice -54 onto Poison. I want to see him hit some air shots as well. He's doing it in pregame.
Yeah. Oh, we're back.
Oh, we're just back. We're live. Okay.
All right. Yeah, they refreshed themselves. They've calmed down. It's going to take like several minutes before freedom!
I see a demo man of Shabby getting a decent sticky to start off the middle there. Good sort of little spam damage across Poison down on the high ground of the bell tower as well. Just getting spam done here. Both teams opting to play their own cafe. Usually we see the opposite, playing the enemy. Instead now, Mac bombing in, trying to get some spam done, but he just can't really get in. Completely denied there by the scouts. Digibee now on the height, but he's just going to get shot up by some pipes, shot down by Samsky. The only player to die on Swift is Danny, as now Lil Q taken down as well. His poison is getting fragged in the meantime. No soldiers for Swift. No, it's not. It's the enemy side. They're stuck in the enemy valley. They're going to have to walk back into the enemy team just to get back to their own last hit. Instead, the Uber comes out. Martin has still not popped. It's a single pipe onto Shappy, but he takes that every day of the week. The Uber does let Ascend escape, but Martin has 6 players on his team, no Devilman from the enemy team, and 100% advantage.
Alert. The control point has been contested.
Oh. Apparently, Vita is dead. He's non-existent, so we're gonna one-man cast it. Tails is on the sniper. I mean, I can hit Vita just fine. He's right next to me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jiggle my ammo.
Uber charge is gonna come in already. Now Sentry Gun finally taken down. As Vita is back with me. As now Lil Q's Sentry Gun is taken down with Samsky as well. There's no real kills coming out for Swift here. Instead, Digibee with a bomb in finds Martin. Lil Q has a shotgun on Pyro and takes down a poison. Now just Danny running around 20 HP, burning to death.
Oh man, the flames look so good on this conflict.
Shappy actually taken down here on second as well, and that means no Demo Man. I mean, Swift, they have Martin up, but there's a giant advantage here for Ascend, 100%. Martin only 30 himself. They can't hold mid at all.
No, there's no way, right? Like, they're so passive here in Choke. Like, even if they wanted to, it would probably be a really bad idea to actually stay in. So they are just opting to be completely passive. I think they're just hoping that maybe a sneaky trap or something. Like the classic, the lamp sneaky trap inside the point, right? That works in Div 2 sometimes.
Yep.
But no, not here. That's not going to work. But actually, Matt's going to go down.
Oh, the bomb in! So much damage onto Ascend, but unfortunately Danny doesn't quite get the follow-up. It's still 2 soldier kills for Swift though. Both Mac and Digibee going down here. Danny traded off for 1 soldier. I mean, Swift, this is where we start to see Sunshine coming into play, because Swift, they don't want to push. This was Metalworks, they would have been trying to do something instead. Now this is going to set up on second. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, these guys, they only like flat ground, I guess.
Yep.
They, you know, as soon as there's any kind of incline and unevenness, they just don't like it anymore. But hey, again, that was a soldier bomb onto a medic and it didn't work. That's a first.
It is, but it was a single soldier bomb, not a double soldier sack.
Yeah, that's fair.
The record still stands of the perfect double soldier bombs. Yeah. But right now, Xypher, they're sitting on mid. What do they do here? It's even Ubers. How do they bust through?
Like, Lil Q is really far forward. Looks like he's going to be the first to be the tip of the spear, so to speak. But he's very much waffling. The double soldier. Oh, denied. Digibee doesn't get in, and only 50 damage onto Martinish. So nice denial there. The double soldier bomb, it is harder. We told you before the game started that it's not quite the same as on Metalworks. And that was a nice denial there.
That was really, really nice. Now it's 2 soldier packs. Poison has height as well, and the nuke comes out. Man, and Shappy combined to just get out so many frags. Unfortunately, Ascend not able to flash all of his players, so now Aceley dead with Lil Q as well. Swift are well on their way onto second. Have to watch out here. Mac as well cannot get caught out. If he goes down, that's a last push instead. Now, even Ubers once again, but suddenly, I mean, Xypher, they're on the back foot.
The Chad move is just go in because Ubers on the thing, right? You're just better than them. You just push in.
I mean, Sentry Gun taken down already. Shappy just sitting on top. A lot of spam damage being created here. Instead, it's going to be Poison sacking onto Stickies onto the point. Danny reflected back by the Pyro. Wants at least a soldier kill. Gets nothing. Digibee, decent rocket there to take him down. And now it's 3 dead for Swift. So the question is...
double soldier bomb has failed one. That was a real double soldier bomb. I mean, and it got just completely denied by the Pyro.
Yep. So now Xypher, they're trying to push out here. I mean, 3 dead. Swift wants nothing to do with this. Instead, gonna run right back to middle. No, the Ubers actually just popped out, but there's no counter pop by Ascend. He's still on 100%. Samsky's in behind. He just Timmy 3 shots there. I was gonna say Timmy 2 shots. Unfortunately, Samsky quite do enough damage. Instead, Lil Cute is dead. Decent damage as well. Samsky's just trying to take on 1v1s. He gets the Uber to flash so many players here. Poison down to 6 HP, and he's not able to do enough damage for his team to recommit. Instead, now Danny is going to take some high ground, but he's going to have to think better of it. Back on to middle we go. Even Ubers still for both teams.
Very chaotic gameplay right now. Like, there's just so many players desperately trying to throw themselves in there. And Matt is going to be too far forward. I don't know why he was that far forward and how he got caught out. I just saw him like flying away with no hit point and getting shipped down there by Sneaky. So now the whole flower section is probably the area to go. Danny's going to take position up top. Poison's going to come in from lower.
He just gets right back out again.
Oh,
he's not even going to
arrow.
pray to the arrow, but Martin is huge. And Poison's life is saved by the friend.
That was sick. He shouldn't be alive, this man, but somehow he lived to tell the tale. Like, if he told me he did, like, that happened, I wouldn't believe him. Good things on camera, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that was a really nice arrow by Martin. Heads up play, keeping Poison alive. He had a lot of time to call for it as well. Yeah. I mean, he had time to aim it, hit it, it keeps his soldier alive. Now it's 6 players off, both teams. Even Ubers, both teams. Instead, Soldier Sack comes in behind. Danny found a kill onto Lil Cute. It's a decent start now. He's in behind 125. Not the most amount of HP in the world to work with. Instead, it's going to have to settle for a pack here. But they're not looking at him right now. Instead, back in the meantime, just going to get taken down as well. Danny can just bomb onto the high ground here. So much damage comes across. Huge onto Ascend, but he doesn't pop. Instead, he drops it. X-Sign wants a word with you, Ascend, because you just got to right-click sometimes.
The pistol. He didn't respect the winger there, and he got punished really desperately for it. That is unfortunate for them there, but just the pressure was so strong. Like both Poison and Danny getting in there, getting kills on the flanks, getting behind, distracting. He was so strong. They're going to Uber in now. This is going to be very difficult. Sendigon about to go down. He's down. Time on the point. They're going to do their absolute best to just lure people down there. DTP has gone onto the Pyro now, though. Comes in.
It's not going to do that much. It sets a bunch of people on fire, but it just gets taken down, I think. The cap time is just there, and unfortunately, no one from Xypher is there to hold the point. It's a first round on the board here for Swift.
Yeah, that was, you know, all of the back of that drop. And sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles in Team 42. It is a rough situation to get out of, and not quite enough. They did a pretty decent hold there on last, but at the end of the day, the repush was just too strong. The Pirate didn't do enough. This is a really aggressive play coming out of Shappy. It's too aggressive. Get on his immediately.
And that's just a mid-fight cancel, right? You can see Swift want nothing to do with it. Now that they don't have a Demo Man to be able to deal out damage with the sticky bombs, they just have to back off the second. But can they even contest second here? You can see Xypher, they want to get aggressive, but they've lost DGB already. Health on Acelay's not good either. Little Q taken down, Acelay taken down, and suddenly Xypher had the mid, but they just overreached. Now Ascend is dead, and Swift has won anyway. Just one scout left. Ninetales down, back 140 HP, can't even bomb the point. It's just gonna have to run away, and that is unfortunate for Xypher.
Yeah, they just got overpowered in that push. That was just pure raw DM power. Getting in there in a really strong position, just riding the train all the way there onto second. And they're about to go to last as well. They have this full Uber ad. Really, really big advantage. You have about 8 seconds of invulnerability. It is so strong to get in there. And, you know, these are a lot of stuff to push you back, but there's only a level 1 sentry and no Pyro left.
Yeah, the sentry got taken down. Pyro finally up, but it's just in spawn. It's not going to do that much denial work because it's not anywhere in sight. Finally up, just threatening, but in the meantime, Ascent and Back have both been taken down here. Danny bombing the Demo Man as well. It's just sort of the last missing piece of the puzzle here. Now the combined health on Xypher is under 200. Little Cute is up on Scout, but he's not quite on the point. Sneaky just hits the pistol in time, and there we go, Swift. That middle did not look good, but they managed to convert the overextension on Xypher. They get another round of the board.
Yeah, the mids haven't always been pretty. They've been kind of a mixed bag, but yeah, like the repushes have always looked pretty strong in my opinion. And just the fact that Shappy was able to come in there from the side, just lobster onto the point, it's such an easy way to get kills. And like, it's really funny how that just works in every single division. Oh, Soda's very aggressive.
Oh, Acelay immediately taken down. Really nice play out of Danny. fast rollout in, takes down the Demoman, and now we have the opposite situation, but this time instead, it's going to be more players on the blue side going down. Now, SVIFT not overextending in the same way. No, they're coming through choke, but this time they're actually coming through choke instead of just sitting in it. DGB trying to bump forwards, gets decent damage done, but he's gonna get hunted down by the rest of the red team, or the red team rather. In the meantime though, Ninetales finds the kill onto Shappy. That's Demo down, and aggression over for SVIFT. They take the middle, even Ubers, but no Demoman? I mean, honestly, Xypher, they want to. They press the W key.
Yeah, they could do that and hope the soldiers can actually jump into them in time. And oh my god, that's a really nice pick there from Ace again. Takes down Samsky. Samsky is, you know, like the big guy you have to keep in mind, but they lose the little two before the Uber comes in. They're probably going to have to flash Ninetales as well. And that's just going to be a really fast Uber. The soldier bomb coming in. Danny, if he had just been like a
poison
second later.
Poison tries to do damage, unfortunately doesn't quite connect the rockets, and instead it's going to be Ascend surviving. Martin is up as well. He was around even, but Nintel's Ascend only means that they have to run all the way back to their balcony here. They can kind of peek second, but not really, because the counter aggression out of SVIFT is just going to come in. Samsky already has the high ground, already on the second point. I mean, maybe he's overextending a little bit. I feel like Xypher probably could just push onto him. They have a Demoman with him now already. Sitting.
They're too scared, man. They just didn't want to go out there. It wasn't just Samsky in there. There was obviously also a soldier and a medic. But you're very right that they could have definitely fought that if they really wanted to. I feel like it would have been quite risky, but just as soon as you're in that little doorway, if you don't commit immediately, then you're just stuck in there. And, you know, every single second that you waffle and you don't do anything quickly, it just becomes so difficult to do anything about it. As it was, he just wasn't in a position to do anything. We can see a sniper holding his right side. Maybe he can get a peek onto this soldier. Poison, he's in a corner. They know about it for sure. How do you get him? Wait, do they not? Okay, they definitely do. Not going to be able to get out of there. He slipped on a banana peel. Unable to really do a good jump. Get bounced around. He's being taken down. Maybe we're going to see a bit of an aggression. This is one of those maps where you can't really send a sniper forward and have it beat a whole bunch. I guess that's very difficult to do. It's not Snake Water where you can do that. As a result, but you can send it back.
Oh, that was a good try there. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get it. Soldier bomb in as well onto Martin, but he doesn't lose a single point of HP. Instead, now it's 2 kills for SVIFT. Danny's just in onto the medic, and he manages to convert, force onto Ascend, and in such a far corner, they can't go anywhere with this Uber. Now they get their spawners back, but instead, SVIFT have 100% Uber. They're going to wait for their player. No, they're not. They're just going to run right in. Lil Cube taken down by Shappy already. Sentry Gun dead as well. Now Sneaky behind the point. He's going to shoot down this soldier. DGB, Ninetales both go down. Acely has to just shoot pipes across the point. He's hitting them. No. Decent damage. Soldier bombing in. He's going to have to hit some more pipes. He wants to stay in this round. He's just not going to do it. SVIFT collapsed immediately off of that Uber charge advantage. And it's 3-0.
I love that push. That was so efficient. They just focus fire so well on their own side of the point, and then they just took stock in the situation, did the good old repush that we've seen so many times, and just cleaned them up. I love that. That push couldn't have been better in my book. That was just really well played by them. But yeah, once again, just absolutely safe play coming out here. Soldier Danny's pretty quick. Yeah. All right, he's in there. But you know what? Okay, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, the mid fight's already begun here. There's just the high ground spam coming out. The soldier on top of Bell Tower there in Mac does so much work to keep SVIFT back. Samsky's actually quite low, not in this fight, but it's Mac the first one to go down. Now, SVIFT, they have a bit more positioning. One soldier trying to bomb in, trying to make space, but the rest of his team not quite there to follow up. Instead, it's going to be a huge bomb out of Danny. So much damage is dealt, and they're stuffed into a corner. Now, Shappy can make quick work of Ascend here. It is a kill onto Martin as well from the Cute. Getting it off well, but unfortunately just 3 HP. Now just Ninetales and Mac. The only players alive, and Ninetales is behind in Cafe. Will he be able to find anything? I mean,
he's being flanked from behind.
Oh, yeah. He's very dead.
Yeah, he got predicted perfectly, and there was a scout sneaking up on him. Life's tough sometimes, man. All right, here's the thing I really want to see out of Xypher. That is, put the sentry in last where the medic is standing. You know, just make it so the soldier can't bomb in. Just do the 7-hold. Sentry gun on left, medic on left, pyro on left. Can't bomb him. Just do that because it's so often we see these soldiers and poison there. You just get in there, get the very easy kills.
I mean, eventually you're going to have to start expecting it, right? Like, what else are you going to do to try and break this stalemate, right?
Yeah.
Even Ubers, every team has every player up. I mean, what else? I mean, second scouts, Lamau, what year is this?
Yeah, like, Yeehaw's not here.
No.
Like he's not going to do that.
He's never coming back. Gotta throw a dig at Yeehaw. Why are you not here, Yeehaw? You're in chat. I know you are. Show up, man.
He must be afraid. There's no other explanation.
He's scared of being back in person, I think.
Alright, we see slowly the soldiers are trying to get into here comes the first one.
Oh, does he get the
soldier.
second? The follow-up doesn't quite connect. 50 HP on Ascend.
And the rocket up like really close.
That rocket was like, I don't know how he didn't die.
Yeah. That was some pretty, that was a real ice in the veins there of Ascend. Gotta commend him for actually holding on to it there. DGB is going to be the first one in. The Uber has been exchanged. Everyone's moving forward, but like there's so few Swift players in it. But here they come back in. The big bombs come in.
Oh.
The crunch is real in Flowers. Holy hell! They're gone. They're gone. One. They're dead.
Yep, that is a bombing run into Valley. They all just go down here, complete wipe. You can see Swift wasting no time, capping second, lead one scout. Shappy sticking up last already. You are completely as macro first to it, bidding it as you just sit here, get the cap. They didn't even get the spawn.
Yeah,
4-0.
Yeah, that's a good thing. He would have been banned from pub servers for that move.
Yep.
That's not okay, man. You just want to have fun. But yeah, that is, once again, it feels like where you just see second point going horribly wrong, and then they don't even have to push that. Like that was like a mid fight, like a fight on the middle that went so poorly that they got rolled onto last and didn't even get to spawn. That's incredible. We're back on mid. You see another fast roll from Danny.
Oh! Doesn't hit the air shot.
The air arrow as well, by the way, coming out of Ascent. And he's gonna trade her, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a dead medic now for Xypher. They still have the positional advantage here on the middle, but they're eventually just gonna run out of health. They leave Ninetales to cap, try to get some forward spawners. Now Martin, all he's gonna do is gonna have to try and stay alive here, get the Uber out so they can just push back in. Samsky hitting decent damage there onto Lil Cute, gonna have to run back, and now instead, looking Cafe, they're both really hurt. Samsky does not quite get the 2K, but instead they're gonna bust through, I think, yeah, they're just gonna go Cafe. They have 100% advantage here coming in now. Just scouting out mid so far. Now the Uber pop onto Samsky. The scout Uber comes in. One soldier above, but they're not really finding any kills. Shappy's going to have to hit some pipes here onto Lil Cute. Drops down to 34 HP. He's actually going to get out. No, Mac is the only one taken down. But honestly, if you're Xypher, that Uber comes out of Swift, that's pretty good. You lose one player, you take that.
Yeah, you absolutely want to kite it like this. This is well played by them. They have the Uber ad now, so this is the Uber seesaw that we could be entering right now, where you try to get onto mid without popping, and they try to get to the pop without losing their money. Because Sneak is going to get absolutely moloed by a pipe. As Danny is behind lines, this is annoying. We've seen him do real work there before. He decided not to go for it, and he makes it out through Flowers. And meanwhile, DGB has gone down to a pipe, so really far forward. And trying to put on some pressure right now, but both teams are just missing one player. This is a scout to a soldier, so it's a bit uneven the way it works, but I think they just decided that they have to go for it. They're so far behind. Need to go, get some rounds. They just pushed out Swift, I love it. No respect at all. And yeah, Ubers have equalized, but hey, they got in for free without being forced. That's good.
I mean, yeah, now they just have to figure out how to deal with the even Uber situation. We saw Swift a bunch of times try to figure out how to bust in onto second, get the Uber out of the enemy team. Now it's Xypher's turn. What do you do? Also second two soldiers.
Second two soldiers seems like it works a lot of the time. They have done it before, I will say, with varied amounts of success. Looks like DGB is going to be the first one to take a lot of space here. Like, maybe they're going to try to run into behind. Like, you can actually dip in too lower, right? And just work the entire amount of position. But right now, it's just a fight in Flowers. Soldier up on the high ground.
Oh, Danny! Goodbye, my friend. Gets double air shot. DGB hits a nice one there. Tries to hold it. Instead, just gets shut down. And now the rest of Xypher, they're trying to come in off display. They just get the Uber trade out here. Martin does pop it. Poison down, actually on the flank as well. Counter Uber pop way later for Ascend. but DigiB picked off on the flank. Samsky tries to boss on Lil Q, doesn't quite make it work, and now
Martin is so deep.
he's so caught right now. The pipe comes out, and he is taken down. Lil Q taken down by Shappy as well, but I mean, 3 dead here for Swift. They just have to bomb in, it's a nuke! Danny does so much damage here, finds 2 Acelay pretty much dead as well. Just 1 Mac on top. He's just gonna have to bomb out.
By Danny. And now the second soldier poison kind of come out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's absolutely nasty. It's just, that point is death. You do not want to stand on it. I know you have to stand on it to win the game, but man, they got punished so hard. Like, it's very dangerous to just have a soldier get in there. They're not gonna miss, especially not Danny. So now all of a sudden, the situation is completely reversed. We have a small add-on bot. This is the kind of in the area where you probably can't push on it, but we've seen them push on similar kind of advantages, I'd say. You know, we've seen them dot push before, is my point. The context was different.
Yes.
I don't want to rule it out. And also, you know, allegedly they're not trying as hard now, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're just having fun.
Yeah. Problem with the dot push is specifically out of Sunshine and into Sunshine second, it's just so much more ground to cover.
Yeah.
You just have, you just have to walk further. You have to push up a bigger ad because they just have more time on the time of Xypher. You can see they actually have 100% now. Setting back up in a Valley. DigiB once again onto that high ground. In the meantime, it is Mac trying to bump forward. Doesn't really find anything now. Instead, DigiB trying to scout out this high ground, but he's not committing any further. Can't really get in. They lose Mac on the flank to Danny. Now they're 1 soldier down. See if Swift respond here. In what way? We have to start looking at the round timer again, though, Peter. 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what's considered. Poison's going to go pretty deep, and now Danny's going to follow up. He's on the medic, gets 1 nice rocket, and Ascendi's going to have to dance around here, and he does a really good job. The double sorted bomb has failed again. We're seeing some real progress coming out here in Xypher. Now they're going to move aggressively through flowers while DigiB goes on the flank. I think Mac's going to join him pretty soon, but Samsky almost gets him there, but they're not really giving up the high ground yet. They literally just want to go into them and exchange.
Yeah, the Ubers are exchanged for both team. Cap time coming out as they just stand on the point that does the blue scouts. But instead, in the meantime, I mean, Swift, they just have no position. Honestly, that trade happened. No one died. They just got a cap point. I mean...
Yeah. They're obviously in a situation where they need a lot of points pretty fast. So you would like to have better results. But like in a vacuum, that's a great question. You will take those. So they're going to move in. DigiB's going to lead the pack. Gets a lot of damage onto Danny. Yeah, gets splashed all over, but he somehow survives. That's the point. Poison gets air shot as well. Survives on 2 HP, but this time not going to survive. This is actually a really nice push. They're putting on a ton of pressure. There's no Sentinel to really do anything about it. It's just the Pyro that's really holding them into this game and pushing everyone back, and eventually it is going to be too much. But yeah, Swift, they were sweating bullets there. I bet you they were. Yeah,
that was looking pretty scary. The right side dry push is always a little bit funky to deal with. If you just don't have your soldiers in the right positions, it can be really hard to deal with effectively, right? The soldier, if he is holding it, not hitting rockets, he's also just a free pick. Sort of dealing with that right side can be sort of crucial to how you hold Sunshine last. Interesting theories. I remember G6. Yeah. I don't have time. Never mind. Chappie's just gotten an Intel frag. And no, okay, never mind. I have time. G6, they play their soldiers not actually on right side, but just in position to bomb right side in case someone actually pushes it.
Right.
And it's a much safer strategy to make sure that you don't lose your soldier with a scout just randomly rushing him.
Yeah, that's very true. It's actually only the demo man, or sorry, the pyro that really stopped them from really getting into that, because, you know, step 2, once you've kind of secured the area on that side, is to send people onto the point and bait people forward so that get the point, right? But they couldn't do it to the Pyro. So the Pyro kind of saved it there for them on last. We are really settling in here to a big old stalemate. And they did exactly what I wanted to see them do, right? Pyro, the 7-hole basically, right? The sentry gun.
Yep.
It's so difficult to soldier onto a medic here.
Shappy just has so much time to spam. Once again, I'm sorry guys. I say this a lot. Look at the round timer. Or not even the round timer, the game timer. 5 minutes left, 4 rounds. Xypher, they're going to have to cap now, basically, and they're going to have to keep capping now. They don't really have time to hold anymore. Honestly, keep trying to send it in. Honestly, they're just going to have to genuinely just try and send it for a trade. There's not really much more of an option if they want to even move this to a golden cap, as Shappy can just sit here on top right, keep spamming rockets, finally force out Poison to go further back here. The soldier aggression is coming in, but they're just taking so much damage on right side in the process. The Samsky Pyro does a great job in denying them, but they're going to have to keep up the aggression. Now, they've sort of kind of traded side on last. Instead, the soldiers do so much damage there. Is Danny, follow-up pipe kill by Shappy onto Acelay as well.
Like, just the fact that they have that weapons platform on the right side to just hold last. Ace goes down. That's going to be a big old opportunity for the first. I don't think they're going to do it.
Guys, DigiB, he's so upset. Look at Ascent. He was standing still. He just didn't bow him, man. He just didn't bow him. He just didn't get the bow. One heal, Ascent, surfing into the enemy team. Not exactly where you want to go. Thank God they weren't closer. Pyro.
He knew there was no one there.
Yeah,
I trust him.
Surely.
He has sick game sense. Come on. give him some credit here. They're actually going to move in very aggressively right now. They've taken the side very convincingly. But this second gun is still just doing so much work. Like, just the way that's holding the ground. But it has now been taken down. I think the damage is too much, though, at this point.
Genji crits came out. Fortunately, only 2 of them. 50 damage dealt to 1. There we go. The Uber's finally coming out here. Off the blue side is onto Ninetales. He's found one, but he's now fighting a Pyro behind the point. It's just so difficult to aim when there's a Pyro shooting fire in your face. You can't see anything in his screen. Unfortunately, that just means he's going to go down. Swift just trade this evenly. Uber popped out now. 50 seconds left in the round. Shappy in a bit of danger here. There's one little Q in on him. Gets the kill. Poison dead as well. Just 2 dead. But Samsky on the point. Acelay as well. What can he do? Just bomb out instead. Might even go down. No, barely lives. Just 6 HP.
Alright, we saw a recap of second. Is that the first time in this tournament? Probably not, but it kind of feels like it if you watch high-level TF2 these days. It's so meta to just stay on last, though. They don't want any of that. They're going to move forward, just cap it out, have some fun, move forward. I was going to say that I had an Uber ad, it's like 10%. It's not big. Soldiers and flowers, that's going to be the distraction. The second soldier comes in, only find the soldier just really bomb. Yeah, actually, they find a lot of space, but now...
Daddy, no! What? There's a scout. God. Get down, Mr. President, my friend. Doesn't even help. Ascent still goes down. It's just also Ninetales appearing in front of Danny, denying the air shot.
Yeah.
That's just rude, man.
Yeah, like, get down, Mr. President. You know, and then they just walk over your and shoot your president anyway.
Yeah.
It just feels bad. That was a monster bomb again. Like, Danny and Poison have just doing so much work on these bombs. That's really been the whole theme throughout this entire map, I feel like. See Danny really far forward, spamming the right side. I think he's mainly just making sure that they're not building a sentry gun.
Yep.
So that they can just push in.
There's a decent damage there by DigiB up on top right, but instead it's just going to force out the Uber from Swift. They have such a big advantage. They're pushing in. There's a scout backcap going on, but he's taken down pretty low. But Suther's gone back for him. This might actually be stunting the push from Swift pretty severely here. It's 1 kill to Lil Q, but now finally Ninetales can follow up on the damage. Does so much to Shappy, but minus 250, still 100 HP.
Oh, soldier on.
Oh my God, Danny's just in. Does decent damage here. Medic's on the low ground. Ascent is taking so much damage. Completely caught out of position. DigiB, he's just not healthy enough. Acelay dead as well. 50 HP. Hits a nice little Rocky there, does DigiB, but you're going to have to hit some miracles here, my friend. Unfortunately, the sword comes out of Shappy. He taunts, gets taken down, but Sneaky finishes it off. And there we go. Map 2, 5-0 for Swift as they move forward to the lower bracket, round 3. And that is Xypher out of the tournament.
Yeah, gets beheaded by Shappy. You know, that's their entire tournament dreams. Cut off by the root, by the neck. They put up a decent fight, but there was no real doubt in this game. It was a clean 5-0. It was never close, and pretty dominant performance by Swift overall against it. It wasn't a pretty game. Like, it didn't look like they were in a different league or anything, but but I mean, the pushes worked, and like the bombs were monstrous. It was really good. But at least both Danny and Poison got destroyed, right? That's the important part.
I think to help us break down the game a little further, we have a nice little analyst desk to help set us up for further. I've been told, I mean, they're standing over there. Actually, maybe production isn't talking to me, so maybe we're not.
Does TurboTabs have his shirt on?
All right. TurboTabs is ready for us. We're sending it over to TurboTabs and Lucky. Take it away.
All right.
SVIFT are actually cracked, and they were playing against an open team. And what can you do? I mean, Xypher definitely put up a fight, so it was overall, it was a pretty good performance, I think, from Xypher. They lasted quite a while, longer than most people were going to expect from them. I mean, when you think about an open team versus an invite team, you just think about them getting crushed. But Xypher actually did a pretty good job, I think, in this game, and can look back on it fondly as how they got 5th place, I believe, at LAN now.
Do you remember once upon a time where they had those old, the top teams playing, they could play into any group, into any stage, and they were played against the plebeians in a round robin sort of thing. And it takes me back to the days where I backstabbed Dawn, and I still got absolutely crushed. I hold those memories dear in my heart, but I got absolutely destroyed here. But is it one of those sorts of cases? Is there actually any silver lining for these players? Can they hold their head up high for any reason?
Yeah, I think so. They did all right in the Open. They managed to get through. They were undefeated in their group, so the best of that one. And I think when you've played on LAN together, you kind of form that team bond together as well. So if they go together in the next season, then they'll be looking pretty good, I think, as far as seasons go for ETF2L. So.
All right, I know it's kind of a gimme, but Kaio was missing for this entire action as well. Mac Daddy was kind of coming in and just helping out the boys. Do you think it would have been a different result in any sort of shape if Kaio did not comatose himself?
I mean, it definitely affects them, but I think ultimately the answer is probably not. SVIFT overall were a stronger team. One player in that team couldn't have made that much of a difference, considering that I think if you're going to look at it point for point, that SVIFT would have been better on literally every position in the team. But Koyo, definitely a very capable soldier, so we'll see how he is faring. Hopefully he's recovering from whatever ailment it is, and he can come back stronger next time. But you know, it's a bit of a shame that he misses out on like the playoff section, because I'm sure his team would have wanted him to kind of be there. So yeah, pretty good, I think, overall from Xypher. And I think that if Koyo was there, then maybe they could have got a couple more rounds or some rounds. But you know, I think that SVIFT had a good showing, but we'll see how they're going to do. I mean, they've got a new round coming up next, Turbo.
Correct. They do have a new round coming up, and this time, stream, it will be the upper bracket final. We'll be going to this. You'll be joining us soon enough for that. But until then, you know, grab yourself a cup of tea, some biscuits. You are in Britain after all. We are in Birmingham NEC. We're here at Insomnia69. Don't go away. We have a very hype match coming up.